What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be making a quick short video on how I personally make money on customs. It's not the best way to make money in the game, but it's a very laid back, easy method that you could probably watch Netflix while doing. Of course, customs is always kind of a dangerous map. It's hard to go on the outskirts as there really isn't any. But, that's all up to you how hard you want to focus and pay attention. I personally don't like to try that hard when I'm playing games. At least when I'm just looting. If I'm playing labs with buddies or something, then obviously I'll focus. But for the most part, when I'm looting, I like to just kick back and find easy methods like this. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you find any of these methods useful, let me know in the comments. Possibly any ways to improve the methods that I'm already doing. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so first thing first, if you spawn on the left side of the map, you go straight to Big Red. If you get in and get out very quickly, you will never really see anybody. One times out of every 20, I'll run into someone. So you'll need a customs office key. They're not very expensive. You go up the stairs, open the door, and there's two little rooms inside there. First room on the right has 3 computers, a spawn on the table next to one of the computers, and a duffel bag. So loot all those. Move on to the next room where you have to breach. There is a spawn right there in front of the printer, and as you see, I found a graphics card this time. I've found a few of them there. They're not super common, but always check there just in case, because it can be easily missed. Loot the safe, and then the jacket, and then also on the shelf in the corner of the room, there's a spawn on the bottom right. So after I loot that, like I said, I get out as quick as possible, and I run straight over to what I like to call construction. It's like the new customs expansion. It's just a really big broken down building. As you're watching me run here, there's a lot of different paths you can take once you get through that hole in the wall. You could run all the way around, or you could just run straight there, which is what I do. And then I go into this room on the left, and there's a bunch of loot in this room. This is a pretty contested building, so I don't like to hang out here too long, but if you have a small backpack, you're not going to really have that much room for that much loot anyway. So I just kind of loot these few boxes in here, the med box and everything, get what I can, and then I kind of just get out. Again, with Big Red, people like to go here off spawn, but not as quickly as I get there. So you can get there and get out relatively safe. So there's spawns all along these wooden shelves here, 2 jackets, and then all the boxes you saw me loot. So on my way out, I will check the extract, just in case you've found a lot of good loot right now. You could just get out. If you have the factory exit key, you could get out right here. But if the green light is not on in that room, then that means someone hasn't flipped the switch yet. So I go ahead and exit, go towards old gas station. I check for the green smoke here. There is none, so again, I cannot extract here. Pretty unlucky, so I'll have to run all the way to 1011, but that's fine because it shows you the route that you have to take, so that's good. I will check 1012, which is right here. I don't check it in this video, but most of the time I do. So you're going to just keep running along this wall. And because I made it this far, I go ahead and loot this building. When spawning on this side of the map, this is the first building I loot. It's a really, really good building. Again, right there on the floor by the computers, graphics cards can spawn, so always check. In the corner of the wall where I just looked, there's whiskey and vodka that spawns there pretty frequently. So again, this isn't a super in-depth loot guide. Kind of look around the rooms yourself and feel out where the loot is. But the main things are the computers, the graphics card spawns, and then in this back room, there's a couple duffel bags and couple toolboxes. And then going downstairs, there's a lot of weapon parts that can spawn on these shelves in this back corner. I'm not going to try and name them all because there's a lot of confusing ones, but always check there to see if you can find anything. Up here on the left side, this kitchen area, a lot of food spawns. So just general food if you need it, but then also you can find condensed milk and sugar, which can really add up over time and you can make a lot of money from. In this room, bunch of weapon parts. So not too concerned about it. In this bathroom, you can find a Rolex that spawns on the left arm of the mannequin. So make sure to check for that. But besides that, I'm just going to go ahead and extract pretty much. So you just run straight out and go to this staircase right here, and you're good. So for the second phase, It's basically the same exact route backwards, which is really nice because you learn the route very quickly and you get comfortable very fast. But instead of running all the way to Big Red, you're going to extract at 1013. So after looting that first building, you will just take this path that I'm showing you to flick the lever that will turn the power on for that green light that I was just telling you about. And then you could get out at Old Gas Station if you have that extract, but I'm not sure you get that when you spawn on this side of the map. So you'll just run past Old Gas Station and run and get out at 1013. You won't have near as much loot as you do coming from the other side of the map, but that's okay because getting out with what you can and then just getting back into another one is always a safe bet rather than overextending and trying to loot a bunch of other buildings, because you'll probably end up dying and losing the little stuff that you did have to begin with. Alright, so the final thing that I do to make money on customs is running to the marked room. There are 3 spawns on the map that can get you there. One is going to be up by Rock Passage. One is going to be by the land bridge next to Main Bridge. And then the third one is actually going to be right next to Warehouse 4. You spawn in between the wall and the warehouse, and if you just run straight down that alley, you can jump on the car, onto the porta potty, and then run to dorms. If you get there very quickly with those 3 spawns, you can typically get in, get the loot, and get out. If you don't know much about Marked Room, I'm going to make a video more in depth in the future showing what kind of loot you can get and maybe the best ways to get in and out with groups of people or just solo running. But for now, I will just show you 5 examples of what I have found in there. I've looted this room probably 50, 60 times, maybe even more, but these are 5 little clips that I'll have playing on the screen, showing you the very mediocre loot that I found. I think there's a good clip in there maybe of me finding a key tool or something, but it's very consistent money in my opinion, because if you get those spawns when spawning into this map, you almost always get the loot and get out without dying. If you push dorms late, someone else could have looted it, or they could be hiding in rooms and kill you when you're going to loot it. So I only recommend going there to do this if you're going there first. If you know that you get those good spawns, then you can get there first. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I glossed over too quickly and that you would like a more in-depth video on, or just more information in general. I read all my comments so I can respond to all of them, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.